Hello friends, welcome to the channel. I am Poonam Dua and today we are going to cover the second part of the important MCQs of few famous English dramas. All these questions, as I told earlier, also will give you very deep knowledge about some of the core concepts related to drama and will surely help to score better in any of the literature competitive exam. Let us begin with part 2, question number 11. Question 11. In some of the plays, an epilogue appears. At what stage of the plot does the epilogue appear? In the beginning of the play, at the end of the play, at the end of the third act, or at any stage where its presence is felt necessary? The correct answer is option number B, at the end of a play. A short piece that is added at the end of a book, play, etc., and that comments on what has gone before. That is what we call an epilogue. Question number 12. What is the function of the chorus in a play? Chorus basically is a group of actors that act, speak, sing, dance together as a single body. कोरस एक रिचुअल थेमेटिक डिवाइस है दैट प्लेज अ मच लार्जर रोल इन ग्रीक ट्रेजेडीज देन इन contemporary modern plays. One of the primary function of the chorus is to provide an atmosphere and in some way underscore the tragic action. इनका कुछ ना कुछ पर्पस हुआ करता था कि जो भी ट्रेजिक एक्शंस चल रहे हैं उसको थोड़ा सा अंडरमाइन कर देना, प्लेस की इवेंट्स के बारे में ऑडियंस को बताना. So basically, chorus explains the past and future events in the play. Option number A is the right answer. Next question. One of the following plays has a chorus in it. Which one of the following? As You Like It, Macbeth, King Lear, or Dr. Faustus? The chorus explains the past and future events in the play and underscore the tragic action at times. Chorus plays very important role throughout the play. It stands outside the direct action of the play and comments upon various parts of the drama. In the play Dr. Faustus, which is the correct answer, the chorus speaks directly to the audience and tells the basic background and history of Faustus and explains that the play is to concern his downfall, that is future event. Next question, question number 14. In one of the following plays, the epilogue occurs. In which of the following? As You Like It, Midsummer Night's Dream, Dr. Faustus, or Hamlet? Correct answer here is As You Like It. Rosalind begins the epilogue by acknowledging that it is unusual in a play for a woman to give the epilogue. She says that a good play should not need an epilogue but can be improved by one, and she adds that since she is not dressed like a beggar, she won't beg for their approval. She is just giving her speech. Next question, question number 15. A soliloquy is defined as the loud thinking of a character. Who can hear this loud thinking? The character himself, the heroine of the play, the characters present on the stage, or the whole audience? Because soliloquy allows the audience to know what a character is thinking or feeling. A soliloquy often creates dramatic irony as the audience is made aware of thoughts and events that the other characters in the play are not aware of. So option number D is the correct option. Question 16. One of the following types of the plays is not meant for acting. Which one of the following? A romance, a chronicle play, a closet play, or a masque? Option C is the correct answer. A closet drama is a play that is not intended to be performed on stage but ready by a solitary reader, a single reader, or sometimes out loud in a small group as well. Next question. How many dramatic unities were recommended by Greeks? 1, 2, 3, or no number fixed? Unities in drama, the three principles from Aristotle's Poetics. They require a play to have a single action represented as occurring in a single place within the course of the day. These principles were called respectively unity of action, unity of place, and unity of time. Next question. How many constituent parts are there in a tragedy according to Aristotle? The correct answer is option number C, that is 6. After discussing the definition of tragedy, Aristotle explores various important parts of the tragedy. He asserts that any tragedy can be divided into 6 constituent parts, and these parts are plot, character, thought, diction, song, and spectacle. Next question, question number 19. Which is supposed to be the first regular tragedy in English? The correct answer is option number B, Gorboduc. The first English tragedy composed was Gorboduc, written by Thomas Sackville and Thomas Norton. नाम याद रखिएगा, Thomas Sackville and Thomas Norton. Whereas the first comedy written in English literature was Ralph Roister Doister by Nicholas Udall. Next question, question number 20, the last question for this particular part. Who is the author of the Spanish tragedy? The Spanish tragedy, or Hieronymo is Mad Again, is an Elizabethan tragedy written by Thomas Kyd. In its time, it is very influential. It was written somewhere around 1582 and 1592, between these 2 years, and highly popular and influential. Spanish comedy established a new genre in English literature, English theatre. That genre is to be the revenge play or revenge tragedy. I hope you liked the video. Please do not forget to share and subscribe the channel to get a notification of the further parts. Thanks for watching and best of luck for your exams.